In my hand, I hold the staff report.
The Bears. The bad news Bears, that is. A 2-5 Chargers team hobbles into Soldier Field and was unimpressive at best. I mean, the Chargers looked as bad as their record suggests. This isn't a game the Chargers won. This is the game the Bears lost. And on the surface, yeah, you could say the missed field goal by Eddie Hashmark Pinheiro cost the Bears a W. Not a dub. In fact, I'm getting sick of this club dub crap that is going on in the locker room after every time the Bears win. Hey, you fucks, you won the division last year. Once for the first time in almost a decade, with a stout defense. Cut the shit and act like you've been there before. And close that stupid fucking club dub shit down. Anyway, this loss doesn't hinge on Eddie Hashmark. How many red zone appearances did the Bears offense have last week that ended in a field goal? Too many. And had they have executed every time in the red zone, you're not relying on Eddie Hashmark. And then to pile onto that, there was one drive the Bears' lackluster offense went 3 and out on, was gifted almost 2 new sets of downs from Chargers' sloppy defense, giving up penalties, and they still struggled to punch the rock in. This loss doesn't hinge on Eddie Hashmark botching the field goal. This loss doesn't hinge on the fact that Nagy clearly doesn't trust his play calling and the execution of an offense that looks like Hillary Clinton is making the final decisions. This loss hinges on an offense that can't execute in the red zone and walk away with a touchdown. This loss hinges on a head coach who went from being the coach of the year to a guy that looks like a quarterback coach who has been foisted in the position that he doesn't even understand. It's mind-boggling. How do you have one of the most dynamic offenses one year and then take that same offense and play calling and look like you're lost in the woods? This was supposed to be the year Trubisky makes the jump. Have any of you even seen Jimmy Garoppolo, is doing in San Francisco this year? That last Thursday game was pretty good. That guy's making the jump. Maybe someone should tell Jimbo. Also, he needed not flirt with that old hag Aaron Andrews. If he wants to see her naked, those pics are available on the internet thanks to some peeping Tom from 10 years ago. But Jimbo G is taking that step that we all thought Trubisky was on the way to taking. But it's not happening. He can't execute, Trubisky that is. He makes dumb Cutler-esque throws. Then they're always getting intercepted. Fumbles the ball in crucial moments in the game, and his inaccuracy doesn't pass the eye test, nor does it pass the smell test. Something stinks here, folks, that I can tell you. To give up a game like that to a 2-5 Chargers team is a defining losing moment for this horrendous offense that is wasting a top 3 NFL defense and one of the greatest linebackers in his prime. If we weren't paying Khalil Mack, we all know he would get the fuck out of town. But money talks, or in this case, keeps him quiet and happy. And now the Bears find themselves stuck to a weak-minded quarterback because Ryan Pace has staked his reputation on Trubisky. Thanks, Steve, for that, by the way. Bears fans are now prisoners of Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy's egos. They're going to stick with Mitch. They know they can't go to the Bank Daniels. That deposit slip won't be accepted. They have robbed the Bears fans of the defense an opportunity to compete in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. They have no interest or dividends to bring in another QB. They've mortgaged that all away in order to bring this bust of a quarterback, passing up on a playmaker and a future MVP. But Joe, we can go and get a quarterback in the offseason. How? You can't draft one, not in the first round. And if you can't draft a quarterback at number 2 in the number 2 overall spot, now all of a sudden I'm supposed to have faith that Ryan Pace can find a quarterback in the latter rounds of the draft? If that's the case, why did you trade the future for this fuck? You should have used that draft strategy 2 fucking years ago. Folks, I've got some bad news. The Bears have entered a zone that I, as an NFL and Chicago Bears fan, like to call quarterback purgatory. Should I run down the list of failed quarterbacks again? Klaus is shaking his head no. Well, we're going to add Trubisky to that list.
Yogi Berra, Lou Piniella, Bucky Dent, Billy Martin, Dallas Green, Dick Hauser, Bill Verdon,
Billy Martin.
Stump Merrill, Billy Martin, Bob Lemon, Billy Martin, Gene Michael, Buck Showalter. George, you didn't hear that from me.
I think we got it.
George?
So that was kind of what I was trying to do last week with that whole Bears list. It was kind of a homage to that. Let's see, where are we here? I mean, that's right. We've been blacklisted. We're in quarterback purgatory, and we've been blacklisted.
You got me blacklisted at Hop Sings?
And, why didn't anyone tell me about this, Klaus? Where's Darren?
Darren's going away for a long, long time.
Maybe Ryan Pace should do the same. Honestly, if the Bears don't right the ship, this whole thing is going to end the same way Comerica Industries ended. With a bladder of oil landing on someone going, "Hello!" And that's the staff report.
We're trying to get a feel for how people spend their day.
The staff report.